Welcome to our latest employee feature. Today, I'll be interviewing Christy Greek, Client Service Manager. Christy started working with us back in November of 2020 and works out of our Columbus office, although she works heavily with our Pittsburgh team and clients. How are you today, Christy?
I'm great, Alissa. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining me so we can get a chance to get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, great to be here.
So first question, what is your past experience and how did you end up here at Schneider Downs Wealth Management?
Yeah, so I actually came from a competitor firm. I was there for about 8 years and was looking to make a change and actually knew Dave Brinkman, one of the shareholders here at Schneider Downs. So that's how I ended up here.
Great. Well, we are sure happy you made the move. You've certainly been a great addition to our team.
Yeah, super excited for the change. So yeah, it's been a great one.
Good. So what was the most unusual or interesting job that you've ever had in the past?
Probably, it wasn't really a paying job, but I come from a family of drag racers. And so my job on the team of one of the race teams that I was a part of, I was the girl responsible for taking the slicks off the tires off the back of the car between rounds, getting in there. And if the transmission needed changes or adjustments, I would get in there and undo the transmission from the car so the guys could rip it out of there and make the changes. I was responsible for the wheelie bars and packing parachutes on the back of the vehicle. So it was probably not something that you would typically see a woman doing, but it was one of the jobs that I had. But other than that, probably the only other interesting job that was really not that interesting was I used to work as a teenager on a farm and we would pack vegetables and fruits for the grocery stores. So that's a very contrasting spectrum of jobs, but that was two of the probably most unlikely jobs that people would typically have.
Yeah, absolutely. And that drag racing one, that's certainly a unique and exciting experience. So
yeah, it was definitely definitely just growing up in that, it was definitely something that unique and was a talking point with a lot of my friends and people that I met.
That's cool. Well, since you've been in the industry for a bit, you've worked at a competitor firm for quite a while. What do you think makes Schneider Downs Wealth Management stand out against other firms, specifically advisory firms?
Yeah, upon coming here, it was very apparent that, the leadership team had worked really hard on our core values, and it was part of the interview process. It's something that we look at when we onboard new clients. And I think the core values that we have established as a firm are really what sets us apart. It's just taking the time to make sure that each one of the people that we hire here, as well as the clients that we onboard, making sure that they really meet those requirements of the core values that we have. And it sets us apart. We have a higher standard on both sides of the spectrum that really help just make this place a great place to work, a great place for our clients to come, knowing that we all have the same, mindset and goals for the most part. And it really just creates long-lasting relationships that, people can really hold on to and value.
I would agree. That's been my same experience here is I just think we have such a tight-knit community amongst all of our team members, which is just so nice. It almost feels like a small family business.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. And our clients too. I think we just have the best clients.
Yep.
So last question, and I know it's a little far off, hopefully, but how do you plan on spending your retirement?
So we have 2 acres that we live on currently, and I am all about gardening and kind of small, like animal farm. I don't have any animals yet besides my dogs, but I would love just to retire and garden. And I'm sure by that time, hopefully I'll have grandkids and just spend time with my grandkids. And I have a lot of family back in North Carolina. So I probably would be spending a lot of time down there, maybe even a second home down there one day to travel back and forth between the two, kind of maybe a snowbird effect kind of, but maybe not quite as far south, just so I can spend more time back where I grew up.
Yeah, and I know you have chickens.
I do have chickens,
which
yeah.
is super fun.
And slowly working towards the homestead.
Yeah. What's the first animal you could get if you would get another animal to add to your little farm?
Oh gosh. Probably goats, milk goats.
Yeah, that would be adorable, especially
Yeah.
if you get them as babies.
Yeah, well, and I would want the smaller, like dwarf goats too, because I don't know, it just seems maybe a little bit easier to work your way into smaller animals and then work your way up. So,
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me so I can get to know you a little bit better, and also so our clients and audience viewing can get to know you better too.
yeah,
Have a
it's
great
been a
day.
pleasure. You too.